90.5 FM, Abeokuta, and we still have our guest analyst, Rasaq Ayinla. All right, so let's move to the next one.
Yes, the next piece is the World Bank has disclosed that a staggering 75.5% of rural Nigerians are now living below the poverty line, reflecting deepening hardship in the country's inlands. This was revealed in the bank's April 2025 Poverty and Equitable for Nigeria, which paints a grim picture of worsening economic hardship and widening inequality and persistent underdevelopment across the nation. 75% of rural people now living below poverty. How can this trend improve? How can it improve?
Even if they go by the statistics read out by the MBX, rural statistics, you want to agree that this is even underreported.
Yes.
Because a large number of people are still on unemployment. And if you're unemployment, you are dependent. If you are dependent, then you don't have anything to lay your hand on. And there's poverty. Poverty is really affecting us in Nigeria and in Black Africa. If you look at the rate at which people are jostled or portray things, and that in the name of palliatives, and that's the reason you see people stampeding. The last issue that happened, instead that happened in Ibadan, you see how people were stampeded. And if they do the same thing in Abeokuta, it will happen, except they control the crowd. That tells you that people are really hungry and they are angry. That's the reason our government should find a way of using multi-sectoral interventions. If you are given using multi-sectoral interventions, if you are given loans at the single digits, if you are given grants for people, like what Ogun State is doing in terms of grants, I want to also commend them for what they are doing with the World Bank, federal government, and state governments COVID-19 fund, palliative fund. So you need to look at it multi-sectorally. That is, if you are to empower people, empower them with loans, and empower them with creativities. So people need just to be taught how to make soap, and give them some money. They will start making soap and making their. Last time Ogun State also did something by camping some youth, but they've stopped that thing now, and it's very painful. By camping some youth at our place in Iwede farm settlement in Oreda, they are there. They empower them youth. They ask them to be rearing birds, and they are picking eggs daily. They sell eggs. At the end of the day, they sell the birds, and they are making money. At the end of the day, some youth are even gainfully employed themselves using that means to get money. So Those are those things we need to do. If you have to highlight, if you have to identify some youth that are going to livestock, identify them. That are going to vegetable, and try to empower them so that while they were producing, they will have what they in terms of capital to start the business, to expand the business, and stabilize the business. So this is very important. And if you don't do that, then you are expanding the cause of poverty. And if you are expanding the cause of poverty, you are expanding geometrically the cause of crime, because crime will be there every time. When people are hungry, they will be hungry, and that anger will turn to crime in the long run. So you need to really do multi-sectoral intervention in that line.
Okay, let's open the lines now.
The numbers to call are 0803 4379453 and 0801 5026.
Okay, the numbers again 0803-437-9453 and 0320226. Hello, good morning.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Agent polls.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Oluroti Ojelade there. 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Because thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
What have you got to say to?
Yes, I think we need to understand that we cannot privatize all the sectors of the economy. If we are to privatize everything, then there's no cost for essential services. There's no public operation because it's part and parcel of governance.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. It's been a while, sir.